so much again for joining me. I'm excited to show you a beautiful demo of another wonderful flowers motif painting together in acrylic. And yeah, we are working with acrylic paints. So in this time, I'm going to show you the material we are going to work with, and then we are starting a quick drawing and painting together. So the material that you are going to need for this painting, you can go with acrylic, you can go with other material that you have, but for this one I'm showing you how to work with acrylic paint. So we have different brand in acrylic. If you see even here, I have three different kind of brands, which is Artist Loft, Amsterdam, Liquitex, and all are perfect to use. I recommend to go for artistic quality, but if you have just like this regular one, standard one would be great. That's perfect. I recommend to have as much as color you would like to paint to have a colorful painting, but you don't have to buy so many colors, so many different. We have primary colors, which is red, blue, and the yellow. So doesn't matter. It can be like the warm yellow, cool yellow, dark blue, light blue, and even the same for, yeah, for red. But these are the primary colors. So if you mix these two together, you will get the orange color. So if you mix these two together, you will get purple color or burgundy, depend on the warmness of your red. And if you mix these two color together, you will get the green. So you can be light or dark, or different kind of green, like the bluey green, yellowy green it gives us. So with any other colors that we have, if we would like to make it lighter, we can use white color. And in general, dark, actually black color and brown sometimes make the colors darker. So depend on our use, we can use black or brown, it depends. So for for the flowers, you can have even the pinky tone, purpley tone. If you have, would be okay, would be great. If don't, doesn't have, doesn't matter. You can mix the color together to reach that. And in my painting, I try to make the pink color, purple, white, and reddish color for our painting. So this is about our painting, actually our paint. And the other things is the brushes. So let me bring the brushes. Don't worry, you don't have to buy so many brushes, but I recommend at least three different size you need it. So depend on the size of the canvas you're going to work, we can choose the size of our brushes. So the larger one, it's good for the whole shape of the whole surface. But if you see, this is 6 by 6 inches, so it's not much big. So we can go with this size or a little bit larger than this. This is good for actually the details. And the round and pointy brush is good for the line. If you would like to have like a stem or like more details, which is teeny tiny, that's good to use the pointy brush. And this is a flat, a little, not a flat, it's a filbert still, and a little bit larger. So this shape of the brush is filbert, which is curvy on top. We have flat brush that I'm going to show you. Let me bring it for you. This is the flat brush. It is so flat on the top. And this is a filbert brush. And then this is the round and pointy brush. So these are about the brushes. We have many more different kind of shape as well, but I am not using that for this workshop. And this is actually for this video painting, and this is a palette knife. You can use that to mix in your paint and not waste so many pile of paint. So this is about that. We mix our paint on top of the palette paper. This is a palette paper. You can go with any kind of palette you have, like a wood palette, like a plastic palette, but I love the paper because I can just put in a garbage after I finish my painting, and I don't need to bother myself to clean it after. Okay, and this is the painting surface. So if you see, that's the panel. It's a wood panel I'm going to work with. and it's a 6 by 6 inches. The brand is Apollon. If you have any other brand, would be great, but I'm happy with the quality of this brand. Now I open it like this. It's a coverage around the plastic one coverage. So this is a wood 6 by 6 inches. If you have canvas, would be okay and great. If you have board, standard, um, like gallery canvas, this is a standard one. So the thickness not much big, but the gallery would be a little bit double of this edge. And if you have board, it's so narrow on the edge. So many surface we have to work on it. And then we need for acrylic, we need a glass of water. We need the rag or napkin to clean our brushes like that. And if you have everything around, so ready to go. Okay, so I am putting my paint on top of the palette. I'm going to start one by one from the warm color and the light one to the dark one. And so it's white, yellow, pink. I have many more colors, so you can have just the three or four, not three or four, actually 5 or 6 colors, but I add so many colors here. Some of them we can mix these colors together and make those, so we don't have to have all of them. Okay, so I'm going to start a quick drawing for our painting. I imagine the like what we can say. We can say I'm imagine the bunch of flowers in a garden or even a bouquet. So anything you have around would be great. So I imagine that I have a main big shape of like a pinky flowers and so many roses around. You can change the color of the rose. You can have red, pink, yellow, or even you can have a blossom of rose or even some purpley flowers around, which is nice to mix them. So I'm not using from the photo. I use my imagination for this time, for this one, but I have an idea about the flowers. So I'm going to start just a quick drawing of the place of them and then try to follow mixing the colors and then adding on top and then follow more and more. So you can have the model with yourself, but the flowers that I'm going to paint, I'm not sure about all names, but it's a rose. I'm sure that I have it in this model, but the bigger one is just like, I don't know, actually I don't remember the name of flowers. We can go for it and then see what what's called. I don't know. I said just the center. I'm going to um, paint. I'm going to start with the purple, or you can go with the red. I do with a darker tone because I would be visible for you, which is seeing my surface. But you can go with any color you like because acrylic can dry fast, and then you can fix it. You can bring the other color on top, so you're not worried about the um, coverage of that. So this is the center of my flower. I just imagine center most of the time is yellowy, but it's okay if you go with other color because it can dry. So this is the center. I imagine these are the petals of the flower, like this uh, kind of flower, which is so sweet and lovely. I'm going to make those in a pink, and then I try to make it grow more and more. Just shape it as much as I can to have an idea about this, because the reason I try to go with the quick drawing, because I go to start from the background and then color the main and focal point, which is the flowers, because background is further, it's on the base, so it's easier to start from that. So I'm happy with this. Even I can make a little bit bigger for this petals here, but it's okay. Later you can even make it grow. Okay, this is about the this shape of flower. And then for the roses, I just cover it around here. I can go with like like a blossom, what like a rose, which is the petals are cover each other, and like that. This is the center, imagine, and each petals come around it and like that, and that's it. So don't worry, we will make it as much as we can shape like a real rose. So it's just imagine like this, like a round shape around. And then the other one is look like this, like a bowl shape. So this is the center, I make it darker, and all the petals are covered around. Like this, like that, one by one, make it grow. Okay, that's it. You see, it's almost look like the rose flower. So even this are, I'm going to add some like a blossom like a round shape, like this. I'm going to add one blossom like here, facing toward down, and that's it. So I feel more happy to add some little decoration flowers around this part, which is purpley tone, but it's just like we can go with like this kind of shape randomly to cover it, or even like this around to cover it. Or if you're not happy to do it right now, you can leave it and add the background and then bring the purpley decoration, teeny tiny flowers on top after that. Okay, so yeah, that's like a quick drawing of that, of the model that we are actually the painting that we have an idea to do. I would go with the lots of leaves around here, but I'm going to do those later on after adding the background. Even we can have the background and see if we would like to have more flowers or not, but that's a good one to call. This is a quick drawing that we already needed. Okay, now we are going to start the background color. So I choose the bigger size of brush a little bit, and then I would go with like a greeny turquoise blue for the background. So I already have the turquoise color. This is the turquoise color I have. It's a bluey one, but if you don't have it, don't worry. You can mix blue with yellow and even add the white and make it. So I'm going to bring it here to use it. Let me show you the blue, yellow. It's a darker one. And then adding the white, you can have the turquoise color. Depend how much blue or yellow you add. The turquoise can be moved toward the yellow or bluey. So it's so close to that. You see? So this is the base, and then in between, I'm going to bring some other color too. I'm going to choose the bigger size of brush. Prefer not to have the water, but just a little bit to make the brush wet is fine. And I'm going to start with this color. So apply on the surface. The brush stroke can be any kind of way. You can do like X shape, you can go from top to bottom, or even in between, you can bring, it's a little bit dark. What do you think? I can mix it with white. It's better to have a lighter background. Yeah, that's a better one. If you like to see the brush stroke, that would be great too. And then when you're coming closer to your drawing, it's better to be a little accurate, not to go inside your drawing, but sometimes happen you go, nothing happened, don't worry about it. Then you can bring it back always. But the main things which is so important, if you would like to do just one or even two times working on your painting. actually with more heavy paint. So I feel I need more light color. I love to have more lighter tone. So I'm going to add now. You can bring just a white color on top of your background. That's okay too. So don't need to be mix it here. Right away you can bring it on top of your surface. Yeah, I prefer to mix a little light tone on top and then dark tone on the bottom part. I have lighter color, I don't want to waste it. So there is other option you can have, that is add the color to the edge. You can do like that to continue to the edge, or you can just finish your painting and add the dark color like a black, like dark color of green or brown or any color to your background, like a solid color. Or you can leave it be like wood or the white of canvas. You don't have to color it actually. It's not mandatory, but this is an option that you can see which one you like more. And the reason is because you don't have to frame always your painting. Sometimes you feel happy to keep it like square shape on the wall. You don't have to worry about framing. When you add the color to the edge, so it would be great because give you a chance not to be worried about the framing like that. But be careful because the surface is wet, can make wet everywhere that you're touch it. Okay. Now for the bottom part, I would go with the darker tone. So I prefer to mix a little more green to my blue. I have a little darker blue too, which is ultramarine blue. So I'm going to add a little darker value here because I would go a little darker even on the bottom part of my painting, and I'm going to add more leaves on top. So okay, that's it. This is our finishing background color. So I'm going to wait to completely let it dry, and then we are going to work the next pass. Okay, so far so good. So a little bit dry the background, but that would be okay. Now we can go for adding a little bit leaves around. So it's totally different from the other technique that I let you know in the other videos. So I'm going to add the leaves because I want to cover around this shape of flowers, and then even when we want to come on top, it helps us. That would be great. So let me bring the green here. I'm going to mix a little brown with it to have a darker and warmer green. So a little bit brown make it warmer and darker. Or even I can bring some green and mix with yellow, and on the other side make it lighter. If you would like to have a little cool, you can mix with white, cool and light. So I'm happy with this two color that I have, light and dark green, and I have turquoise color and blue color. So let's start with those. First of all, I'm going to use a smaller brush this time and take the green color here. I would go with some leaves shape. So here I can just shape it like that and try to fill inside a little here, fill inside. I'm not worried about to add a lots of tone on it. I can just let it go with the background too, which is nice. Or even I can take some of this color, bring it here just as a design like this. It's your painting. You can do some design if you like that. Even you can go with heavy paint. Just leave some texture beyond your painting. And then I can go like this for the other shape of the leaves here, which is nice, a little bit brown. Bring it on some part of it, more brown. Okay, so this is the leaves here. I can go with a little darkness of the leaves here too. And then I can go where I can go. So let me choose here just a bit. Pure green can come, a little more bluey tone, give it like that. And then a little shape it like this. You can play actually with your brush to design your leaves. And then on top, lighter tone maybe work better. I try to use the tip of brush for this. Let me bring it a little darker. Try to make the stem with the liney part of my brush to shape leaves a little longer here, longer there. Just with the pressure of my hand I can control it. And then lighter green in around some part, can continue to the edge. Okay, so just make it busy actually with some more brush stroke with leaves. It's not mandatory actually, but I love to have some heavy paint and some texture, which is cute and interesting in painting. Okay. And okay, and then again, some more heavy paint here. Um, I think we can just leave it be like that and finish the flowers and see what we need to do more. So because sometimes after we finish the flowers, we have some idea to make some balance in our painting, because I don't want to have some part really heavy with the green, some part less, or even with other colorful flowers. Because of that, we need to wait. We need to wait to finish the flowers and then see what we need to add. I'm happy with the leaves so far. Okay, so now we are finished with the background and we are okay with that. We are finished the leaves. Not the finish, actually, we can add more and more anytime. But I'm going to start this flower. I would work on that one. So I would make it a little pinky tone. We have already pink, but I prefer to mix more colors, which is so lovely. And then I take some pink, I take this other pink that I have a little darker pink. I mix these two together. So I have these two light and dark pink and I mix them together to reach the new one. But if you don't have the pink, don't worry. Take white. I will show you how you can make it. Take red a little bit, mix them together, and now you will get the pink color. So red and white give you pink. Don't worry if you don't have it. Okay, now I would go with just the mid-tone pink like that. I would shape the petals like this. And it's a first layer. I'm going to add more layers. And I need just pure white color too, like that. I try to not any heavy thick paint for this one specifically because the petals should be a little bit gently narrow, nice, and even for some part I can add a little green inside from this part. Come up. Okay, and then adding the blue into the green a little. Oh wow, it's getting too dark. It's like a purple, but it's fine. It's a new experience with this color. Sometimes I go really thick, sometimes I try to be slow and use very less thickness. It depends. Here I try to show that the side of the petals, the edge a little lighter actually. And even I can go a little bit like that here. You can make it grow and make it bigger if you like. Would be interesting to have a bigger shape. Before I forget, I would like to show that I use hold the hair of brush for covering and I use the tip of brush for the details. So you can use the same. You can use the whole shape for making the coverage of the flower and you can use the tip for the lining part. And if you see, I mix the pink with this light turquoise color to make the darker tone. Even here is a darker tone, so I would go with a little purpley color, some part a little warm green color that affect on my pink. I don't go with just a pure pink color on my petals. With the layers you can build it. Okay. Still, it's the base of our flower, so we need to apply more layers. Even a little bit darker tone would be a good choice to add here. And then the lighter pink. So that was the first layer. Now I would me just adding here, then I can say what I would do. So this was the first layer, which is lovely. Now I would go with the center to make the a little bit orangey, greeny on the center. So we can make the orange. I take red, I take yellow, mix them together, and it depends how much yellow you use. Your orange can be light and dark. So I'm going to add a little darker orange and bring it to the center. Just patchy style, apply to the center. And then move toward the yellow, just a pure yellow. Apply more layers, patchy style. You can make the center a little grow. After that, we need to have green on the center. So I'm going to add a little green to the center. But I touch it like that, dabbing and adding it like a dot on the center, a little brown to make it darker tone in some part. And even lighter on the other side. So that's the center, which is lovely. Now I'm going to clean the brush. It's better to be smaller size, a little easier to go with. Now I'm going to move it pink again. So I start on top, more layers, pink and white. Even the purple. Depend how much color, how many shadow and light you would add on a painting. Even we can go with a thick paint, which is lovely. So you see, I just go with different colors anytime I apply to shape the petals. But it's gently, most of the time, the lighter tone is the edge of the um, flower petals, and then when we are coming inside, little by little get darker. This darker tone can be even the purple, can be greeny tone, can be dark pink. Depends what kind of shadow you would like to affect on it. A little purple and a little bit layers like this. I try to go with a little like affect a paint and then leave it like that, so gently and like touching the baby face. You see, when you're touching the baby face, you're not pressuring your hand. You just try to be so gently. So it's something close to that style. Mhm. And when you make the petals so busy with different values of the colors, which is so cute and lovely and interesting. Okay, even the purple and green I'm going to mix here to make this darkness. Sometimes it's nice to have it. Okay, which is lovely now. I'm happy with the shadow part of the flower center. I'm going to add a little bit more, like green with red, and then yeah, separate it from uh, the rest. Okay, so I use dry brush stroke as well. Let me show you the flower and hope you enjoy it. So again, back to the clean brush. Any part you are not happy with, you can just leave it get dry, and again you can back and fix it because it's happened. We are not happy with one part, so we wait get dry because it's better to dry and then fix it. Sometimes it's not happen when you fix it, it doesn't affect, so it's better to wait completely dry and then work again. No, it's fine. We can move on the other flowers. I don't want to focus on this one a lot. So we can move on the other smaller one. Now for the smaller rose, which is orangey tones. I have already the orange here. I make it a little more pile of orange. So red and yellow give me nice orange color. And a little drop of water. I would add a little more yellow white to make it lighter. So now I'm okay to apply like this technique. It's like round to cover it. Each petals, just move it roundly, and then you can between bring it light and dark. The darker tone can be even red, and the lighter tone can be light pink and white mixed with it. So it's just a simple one. It's easier than the other one. So you can just move on with this. Even the center of the flowers, the rose especially, is a little dark. So I can go with the red, a little dark blue to mix with. Even you can go with the pink and the dark blue, doesn't matter which one. Dark blue, I mean ultramarine blue. It gives me darker tone. I can just put it here, which is nice. Okay. And then I would go with more petals to separate from each other with dark and light, and that's help us to separate each one from each other. So I'm going to add more darkness here to separate this. And I'm going to mix a little white with my orange color to use it some part of the light part. And all this so cute when you do it in dry brush stroke. So dry brush stroke, I'm not doing pressure in my hand. I'm not just cover it, fix the things. I just try to be smooth and just leave it turn. Even the background can become around and in between be visible. So this is another kind of things that we do already with the flower. Uh, you can come on top of the leaves actually, like that. Let me show you closer. Like this. It's so lovely. Now I would do the same technique for this one. For that one, I would go with darker tone in the center, which is mixing dark blue with pink. And I would go with dark color to fill inside the rose and separate with a little bit shadow part, just like that. And now I'm going to mix red with yellow or even pink to have a peachy color. And like a bold shape, I would like to go like this. Petal come like that. And cover between the shadow part. You can bring back the shadow, don't worry if you cover it, doesn't matter. You can back and forth 100 times. Okay, so you see that I covered even the shadow part. So clean it and then back to shadow part to make it a little darker too again. I don't want to lose this darkness. It's happen always. Then we work as a layers. And now I'm going to mix white with my colors that I already have to have a little bit. You can mix the colors like the orange even on top. You can mix the pink color on top. It's lovely. It's lovely to have the beautiful different colors on top of each other. And I'm going to use a little purpley tone. It's better not to do everything like me with one brush. It's better to use different brush when you're going to mix the colors, like purple with green, with blue, with red, with pink. It's so different. So it's better to use different color, different brush for that. But I'm lazy sometimes, not always. So I'm going to use just one brush for it. The dark. It's better if you just want to use the one brush, so at least wash the brush. Okay, so pink color. When you mix yellow with the pink, you will get uh, peachy tone, which is lovely. I love peachy tone. Okay, so this is other flowers, so I'm okay with it. I can wait to get dry and then I can decide if we would like to add something or change some shadow lightness or not. Keep it like this. It's okay. You can get like that. Leave it be. Sometimes I don't want to stop and overwork, so it's better not to do. Okay, that's it. It's better to leave it like that. Hold this part with the pinky tone and then the rest is just a bluey one. And now we can move on to add some dark purple tone around it. So I'm going to mix, we have already the light purple, but I go with this dark blue and dark pink to mix and make the darker purple. And I'm going to use that one for the lightness because pink and blue give us purple. Even I can add this a little bit, but this is a bluey purple. That's a nice bluey purple. A little darker maybe. Okay. So you see I have the napkin beside myself. Even this is the artistic napkin. It's so colorful and nice. Okay. Very gently bring some dark color toward the edge of flower. Try to not go inside these petals because it's almost finished. But just in case, if sometimes happen, you can bring it back with dry brush stroke. Don't worry about it. And just try to add randomly the purple around. Doesn't need to be a fixed shape of flowers. Just make it a little purple, and that shows it's a bunch of nice. When we add some light and shadows, it shows these are beautiful purpley flowers. So don't worry about showing one by one the shape of each petals or the shape of each flower. Just for the balance, we have something here we need to have there too. And the same with dry brush stroke. I can try to add some beautiful flowers there, even some here. And now for the lightness, I am coming with this and shape a little teeny tiny design. And even with the pink color. Some part I would like to go with warm color because that's the bluey purple. It's a little bit cool. Even we can have some purple here too. Okay, prefer not to overwork. And almost we are done with everything. Just a little bit fix and adding more details left so we can leave it dry, and then we'll see what we are going to do more to make it more interesting. Okay, thank you so much to following me so far with this wonderful, lovely painting. I would go with more, a little details, not much, but a little more, like adding some leaves around, which is interesting, like a little lighter green. Let me bring it. I would go with some, this is a light pointy brush. I just go with that and randomly add some warm color of green everywhere to spread. Just randomly spread some leaves, which is interesting. And then even here, you can add light and dark between each other. Don't have to go just one color. If you like to have light tone or dark tone, you can do it now. And I love actually this turquoise blue. Let me have some more white color. It's like a romantic color. And then I would go, let me see. A little bit, maybe darker tone is here better. What do you think about? Is it not? I think a little green, blue, dark blue, and brown is nice to have mixed with the water to not having a really thick and creamy tone. And adding some nice texture as a leaves here. Leaves or stem. Yeah, I make here the bottom part a little more busy with some more dark color. I don't want to be really light for that. Okay, I think so far so good. I think I'm okay so far. Yeah, not make it busy. So just the things that I would do a little bit dry brush stroke for the flowers, which is here with light tone. And I make the light tone, but it's dry, no water in it. A little gently, just like a halo around. Even the white can come to make it more strong with the light color. And even here, I would go with more yellow, a little bit here. So the feeling of yellow is lovely to have, even on a pink, you see? And when you add some lightness around the shadow, give it the beauty on it. Okay, so far so good. I think it's okay. We don't need to overwork on it. We're almost there. We almost did a nice job in it. I add some feeling of pinky everywhere, greeny bluey everywhere, purpley. So we can call our beautiful, lovely flower painting done. And yes, stop it better. So hope you enjoy it and follow me for another beautiful painting together. So this is our lovely flower painting. Hope you enjoy. Thanks and bye for now.